Shabbat Shalom, everyone. This week's Torah portion is Terumah, and it means offering. And it has all the instructions that Adonai gave to Moshe to follow for the Israelites to build the Mishkan. So here we see the entrance to the courtyard of the Mishkan, and we see the altar, and that's where they did the sacrifices. And then we see the laver, that's where they washed up. And then we see the holy place. And in this week's aliyah, the fourth aliyah, we actually have the instructions for how to build the framing of the holy place. And it talks about all the boards and how the boards were overlaid with gold and set in silver sockets. Do you know how to make a board? Well, to get a board, like the ones that were used in the building of the Mishkan, you have to start with a tree, and you take the tree and you cut it off, and then you have to strip it of its bark, and you cut the tree in such a way that you make a board. You can make a board out of a tree like this. But do you think you could make a board out of a bush like this? Could you make a board out of that? What do you think, Mr. Bruce?
No way.
No?
No.
You can't make a board out of a bush?
No.
Why not?
No. Trees are the source of the wood.
Trees are the source of the wood?
Yeah.
A tree is big enough for a board, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah, you can't make a board out of a bush. Maybe toothpicks. Could you make toothpicks out of a bush?
I suppose.
Toothpicks?
Yeah.
Okay. Jeremiah 17, verses 5 through 8 says, "This is what the Lord says, Cursed is the one who trusts in man, who depends on flesh for his strength, and whose heart turns away from the Lord. He will be like a bush in the wastelands. He will not see prosperity when it comes. He will dwell in the parched places of the land, in a salt land where no one lives. But blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. He will be like a tree planted by the water, that sends out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when heat comes. Its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought, and never fails to bear fruit." The boards tell us how we are in relation to Yeshua. If we're following God, we're more like the tree from which you can make boards. The boards are useful. Not like the bush that really you can't make anything but toothpicks with. It's not so useful. Inside the sanctuary, Adonai meets with the high priest. Adonai wants the Israelites to follow the directions exactly like the pattern he showed Moshe. Every little detail means so much. The boards are made of wood. Wood represents humanity. Yeshua is fully human and fully divine. He became fully human in order to offer himself in our place. The gold represents the glory of God. When Yeshua became fully human, he was still fully God. The wood boards and the crossbars are overlaid with gold. Each of the boards is held together in a silver base. Silver represents redemption, the price it cost for Yeshua to redeem us from sin and death. The people of God are fully human, redeemed by Yeshua, and covered with his glory. In Yeshua, we can meet with Adonai, just like the high priest went into the holy place to meet with Adonai. So if we submit to God and are at peace with him, if we accept his instruction and store up his words in our hearts, if we return to him and remove wickedness from our homes, then the Almighty himself becomes gold and silver to us, and we are in a special relationship with him. And this is what we see in the Mishkan. in the building of the tabernacle, the people brought their offerings to Adonai. And even more special than that is Adonai offers himself for us. This is a special relationship with the Lord who made us. Shabbat Shalom.